Om Shanti. Om Shanti, welcome. And do you know the topic for today? Mindful eating, yes. So, we're going to be talking about mindful eating. And mindful eating involves both cooking as well as eating. So, because it's a complete process. And in that, there are two. One is eating with attention, eating and cooking both with attention and intention, right? So both are required. And attention meaning we are not multitasking, we are just single tasking. So, see, suppose we are cooking with our full attention while cooking, and if we are eating in full attention. And the intention with which we are doing that task, that is also very important. And that is a part that we'll take later. So, what happens with eating? There are two things. One is eating with a certain behavior or with a certain activity. Like, say, suppose we go out to watch movies. So, what do we eat? Popcorn, right? It's very common that as soon as you take the name, popcorn comes to the mind. And so they did a study. What they found that people who were watching movies and they gave stale popcorn to them, and one group they gave fresh popcorns. And the stale popcorn, what happened? Did they eat those popcorns or no? Yes, they ended up finishing those two. So it really didn't matter what was the taste, but because that activity was linked to eating that food, it happened regardless of the taste. And there could be other activities also where we link eating. And that could be that whenever I come home from work, I have to eat at that time. Whenever it is this time, I have to eat. Or whenever we go out with friends, that's the time, that's the activity we like to eat. So there could be any activity that could be linked to eating. Or whenever my show comes, this show comes, and that's when I take my dinner, right? That could be an activity link also. So they are linked together. And it's not a single task at that time. Or it could be a link with an emotion, right? How could it be a link with an emotion? That I'm upset and I like eating something sweet, right? With another emotion that when I'm sad, I want to have something sweet, okay? Or another emotion when it's a rainy time, I want something hot or like liquidy, like a soup or something like that. So with another emotion, there's another link with an activity. So we link food with either a behavior or an activity that we do or a type of emotion. So, but what is the drawback? What can happen when we do that? Absolutely right. Yes, we can overeat in those cases. We might not even realize that how much we are eating or what we are eating. And we eat very quickly in those times. We do not wait. We eat very quickly. And when we eat quickly, we fill our stomach with a lot of food in a very short period of time. And then not only we eat quickly, we don't relish the food when we eat quickly. We don't realize how the taste is, how it feels. We don't chew it slowly. And then just because we eat it very quickly, we just swallow everything down with whatever activity that might be it. And then we realize, oh, it's already done. I'm not full yet. We might not even feel full after that. We do not even feel satisfied after a meal when we eat a meal with an activity. Then the other thing that can happen is our digestive system, the way our body works is that in the mouth itself there are salivary glands that digest the food partially. There are digestive enzymes that are released. They digest the food partially in the mouth itself. And when those enzymes are mixed with food and then we swallow, it helps in proper digestion of the food. So we escape all those steps and we go directly. You can see, like, if you really count how many bites you take when we eat food quickly, 6 or 7 bites and the food is swallowed, right? So we do not pay attention to what we are eating. So we are unaware of our thoughts, our emotions and feelings when we eat food in that sense. And what it causes is definitely obesity, right? Overeating. It's one of the major increasing health challenge that has come up, especially in US. And when we eat with friends, we are happy eating either with friends or with family. It's a little bit, you can say, a little bit better because emotionally we are happier. But we also tend to overeat when we are eating with 4 or 5 people or even more, and we know that we have experienced it. So now the thing is that how do emotions affect our food that we are eating? So food and water are the only physical things that we actually put inside the body physically, right? And it is like the fuel for the body. Like now we have to get gas for the car. We make sure it's the right kind of gas and we make sure it's from the right kind of gas station. So much care we take just for a car that might even only last for 10 years. This body is for the whole life. So how much care should be given to eating? They say, right, 3 essential things. What essential things? Food, clothes, and shelter. So food is one of the main things that we need. And if we say, I don't have time to sit and eat, then what is my quality of life? What is my goal? What have I achieved really if I cannot spend 10 minutes to have a proper meal to give to myself? 62% of Americans eat food at their desk while working. And we know the stress level throughout the day, when is it the highest? At work. You check anybody's blood pressure at work versus at home, always at work is higher. And if we are eating in that environment, at least, and everybody gets a lunch break, it's an excuse that we give to ourselves. So when we eat at the desk, while involved in a certain work, maybe in a meeting, maybe talking to somebody, we are not realizing what's happening to the food, how much we are eating, what we are eating, how was the taste. Sometimes we might even forget, did I even eat? I ate. So those kind of things can happen. Now, there was a scientist, a Japanese scientist. Have you heard of his name? Masaru Emoto. So he was a scientist and he did a study on water molecules. And our body is, what percentage is water? Everyone knows, right? 70% is water. And even the food that we consume, as every food has water content in it. So he studied the effect of emotions or thoughts on water molecules. And then he saw the pictures with magnetic rays and he saw with photographs how the molecule changes before and after thoughts or emotions that were projected. I have this, I do, I'll try to, I don't know if you can see it, if you can project. I think the ones on Zoom can see, but the ones who are sitting here, they can, if you can see, the one, it says thank you, like a feeling of gratitude. It's a very nice, beautiful crystal, like a snowflake. You can see. So the water molecule turned into a beautiful symmetrical crystal, right? Then wisdom. You can see wisdom is also a beautiful molecule here with wisdom, with emotions of wisdom, knowledge. So that was there. Then truth. Truth, even the word itself, truth, has a very higher frequency. There is sound waves that have been studied, and certain words carry a very, very higher frequency, which is like a very elevated frequency. And imagine that truth created such a beautiful crystal here. Then you can see eternal, word or feeling eternal also created such a beautiful crystal. Then over here, it says, you make me sick, right? Or feelings of disgust. He also studied feelings of fear, right? Fear is a very common emotion. Anxiety is full of fear. And fear of anything, worry, all these are brothers and sisters of fear. And so fear and disgust created, look at this, you cannot even see the particle. It is so disrupted. It's the thoughts and feelings of evil created like a black, like kind of a hollow area right here. There is no crystal in here. And then look at peace. It actually, you can actually probably see that it looks very peaceful. The peace is the crystal, when the molecule was exposed to peace, it changed to this. Then love, feelings of love. I love you. Like, water is not, water does not have life. Water is a part of nature, right? And water, when love, I love you, this emotion created such a beautiful crystal. Angel. The word angel or that feeling created such a nice, round kind of a rosary. And someone bringing someone down like you fool, and it really disrupted the molecule in here. You can see water molecule is, there is no life, it doesn't feel, but you can see how there is a physical change that is happening in the water molecule by the thoughts and feelings. So this was shown by the scientist Emoto. And what other thing that was intriguing, that was shown that this water molecule at the end, you can see it shows polluted water before prayer, right? So this water is like disrupted, it's not symmetrical, there is no snowflake appearance, nothing like that. And then a prayer, a Buddhist prayer was done, okay? And after that, the polluted water molecule, look at that, there's a snowflake appearance. Nothing was added to the water physically, nothing was taken out from the water molecule. Just by the effect of prayer, which is very positive and elevated, it changed the water molecule. Now, what is the difference in all the molecules that we see here is the positive emotions that are there, positive or elevated emotions. The molecules are beautiful and symmetrical. How are you can see it. All the molecules are beautiful and symmetrical. Whereas the negative emotions, they are disrupted. This is round, this is disrupted. There is no morphology as such, you can see with the negative emotions. So our body is made of nature, right? Our body is made of nature and life, both combination of life and nature. And body, everything in body is so symmetrical. Anything in body, if you can even see the half part of the face, right side and left side, so symmetrical. The nature is made so beautifully. Whenever there is asymmetry, what happens then? Firstly, it doesn't look beautiful, because symmetry is what catches attention, right? It does not look beautiful. Two, whenever it is not symmetrical, there is something off, like cancer cells, right? They're not symmetrical. That's why they're abnormal cells. So anything that is symmetrical is in synchrony with nature. Nature is very, very symmetrical. If we look inside it, nature is very symmetrical. So how these molecules become symmetrical? Just by positive thoughts and emotions. What kind of impact they have. Now, if we consume this type of water that has molecules, now this water, when we have an emotion, it is carrying an energy. And that energy, when it is positive and we consume, what kind of effect will it have physically on the body? And what kind of effect will it have on the mind? What do you think? Right? Something to think about. Spiritually speaking, if we want our mind to be peaceful, there is a big impact of food and the water on the mind as well as the physical body. Now, when the food is cooked, right, and cooking involves a lot of changing, right? It is burnt, then it is sometimes put in the freezer. There is a lot of chemical reactions that take place during cooking. The actual molecules do change a lot during cooking. And at that time, if the energy around cooking is not positive, what will it lead to? The molecules are in a very volatile condition. They are changing. And so at that time, whatever energy we put into the food at that time, that energy is going to be consumed by the person who is eating that food, right? Who cooks the most delicious food? Who cooks? Mother, yes, not Food Network, right? Mother cooks the most. They don't have recipes from big channels. They just cook very simple thing. For children, they might just cook one very basic thing that everybody likes. And children will say, we only like that one cooked by your hand. Why is that? It is cooked with an emotion of love. It changes the molecules. It changes the energy of the food. Even if it is the same recipe, and it's handed over to someone else, the same exact recipe, it does not appeal to the children that much. right? Because there is that emotion that changes that molecule. So, how important it is that when we eat, what kind of energy we put into the food while cooking and while eating, both the times. So, the first thing is to not have any distractions. To not have distractions, meaning distractions of electronics, feeling, watching movies, all these create emotions within us. Thrillers, news, all these create emotions within us. And when we are unaware that those emotions are being created and are being, sent into the food. So we should just take 10 minutes out and just eat. Maybe even eating with family is much better than eating while watching TV or while scrolling the phone or any digital or doing any sort of task. That is one. Then, two is while cooking, where any culture, any religion you go, they have a special place for cooking. They will have, and they call, like, they give a very, it's a lot of significance is given. They say it's blessed food, right? And lot of significance is given when it is cooked in God's remembrance or when it is cooked with a lot of love, right? That food is so pure. People look for it. Oh, if it is that food, I'll have a little bit. Even if they have a little bit of it, they say, I want to have it. Why is that? Because that food is very much energized. Yes, energized by the higher power, by the self. Everyone has cooked with a lot of emotion. There are no negative emotions of greed in it. No other negative emotions are there. Then the other thing is that this is regarding cooking. And if we say, okay, we know we have to eat mindfully, we know no gadgets, we know we don't have to eat when we are mentally upset, we know we don't have to overeat, but we still do. Why is that? Everyone knows, right? Why we still do that? It's not something new, but why we are still able to do it? Why we are not able to comply with it? We don't have the power. No, we do have. We do. We just don't know. We think we don't have the power and we give up on ourselves, huh? So here's the thing, like if a parent is there, right, and a parent, and there are many children, right? Now the children just do whatever they want to do. They're not listening. And there are two sets of families, right? In one family, the children are, the parents sit, they talk. They respect their children so much. Even if they make a mistake, they say, you are still the best children, You're my children, you're the best children, you do so much. And then they sit and talk instead of scolding them, instead of screaming at them. They say, okay, this is what you're supposed to do. Make sure next time it is not done because this will harm you in this way. This has to be done. Parents would be very patient, right? And in the other family, what is happening, that every time the kid makes a mistake, the parents yell and the kid cries, and the kid, they don't have a good relationship, the parents and children, but still the kid is afraid of the parents. They will do something in front of them, they'll behave in front of them, but as soon as the parents are out of the house, they are on their own, they make a mess, so they are not behave, they're very stubborn. So what is the difference in both the type of parents? Hmm. Love and understanding, right? So both are giving guidelines that this has to be done, this has to be done. It's not like the ones that love or are giving the reasoning. They're not saying do whatever you want to, but they are saying, after giving a reasoning, understanding them that they are making mistake, so it's okay, and but this is how it is supposed to be done, right? So now, what are we doing? Huh? Meaning not to our kids. This is to our mouth and mind, right? We live in this body. We are the life of the body, right? And we live in the body, so we are like the kind of the head of this whole system or the family that we have. And all the sense organs are our family members, kind of like, we have to tell them, okay, I see through these eyes. So I can tell my eyes where to see, where not to see, what not to see. In the same way, the mouth also, that's a sense organ. I can guide my mouth what to eat, when to eat, and if it makes a mistake, what do? I say, no, from tomorrow, no food for you. No, that's not. I understand. I understand the need of what it needs. Maybe if it has a sweet craving, I give something like a substitute. Okay, would you go with fruits? It is also sweet, but can we go with that because it is more healthy? So understand the need of the family members, right? Then our relationship with our family members becomes better. So in the same way, if I am the leader in this body, if I am I'm running this body, so if these sense organs, if I keep them as a family member, if I respect them, if I take care of them, they will work with me. They will work with me, they will behave, and together will be a very good team, right? And so now we will do some meditation basically on this. And at the end, if there are any questions, we can go over the questions. Om Shanti. I sit back and relax. The next few minutes, I take this time for myself. I can either keep my eyes open or closed. Now, visualize a sparkling star in the center of the forehead. This star is me, the being, the life, the soul. I, the sparkling star, am the CEO of this body. I run all the organs in this body. And I, the being, am a powerful being. Feel yourself full of power. I see through these eyes and speak through this mouth. I eat through this mouth. I, the being, decide when to eat, what to eat, and how to eat. Now, I check myself. In the recent past, has there been a time where I ate mindlessly? I see myself in that scene as if I'm watching that scene from outside. I see what is the trigger in this moment. That is making me eat mindlessly. It might be my emotion due to a person, or a situation. I recognize this trigger. And give myself a guidance. That when the next time this trigger comes, I will behave differently. I appreciate the mouth. It has helped me many times to make the right decision and help the body and mind to remain healthy. I respect and ask my mouth, how can we work together? I wait for an answer. I see the mouth gives various answers where it is ready to change. I talk to my mind. My mind, you are my friend. You have created positive thoughts in many adverse situations. You have so much capability. Together with you, we can bring benefit to the self and others. Cooking with positive thoughts brings nourishment and beautiful health to me and my family. And eating that food in silence with positive thoughts heals each and every cell in the body and makes my mind calm and peaceful. I, the being, have a very good relationship with my mind and mouth. They both listen to me and by will, not by force. I am a powerful being. Sparkling point of light. power source, the source of power. Spreading his rays of power to me. And this pure energy is giving me the power. The knowledge, the wisdom to take care of my mind and the body. With love, understanding, I try to change my actions. Om Shanti. Any questions? There's water in the back if you want to.
कहीं भी मुझे जाना था, कहीं बाहर मैं बहाना करती थी, तो बाबा कहते थे आपको ट्रैवल करने का चेक देंगे, तो मैं सोचती मुझे ही क्यों जाना है हर जगह। उस समय मैं
I think
छोटी
there is
थी।
something else playing. Okay. Does anyone have any questions? Yes.
They can do whatever they like.
ज्यादातर मैं ना ही बोलती थी, भाषण कर।
We try to educate them, but sometimes they don't listen.
Mm.
Now, you get angry because they are misbehaving or they're eating food or whatever. Now, the problem is if the emotion story which you have told, if we are, let's say, scolding them, they're changing. Now, the problem is how to balance it out.
Right. Very good question and very practical question. So if negative emotions have no room, right? Anger, it's because I am losing my patience, right? I am not okay with whatever they're doing. The outcome that is coming, I'm not happy. So, but before the anger, there is there's a lot of patience that is required. That's why they say it's not an easy job. So, patience comes from love and peace, both the qualities, right? And also an understanding that is given with a lot of love and trust, both. And trust is also given. So in trust, what happens is when you tell someone something and you trust that yes, you have the capability and you're going to do it. If tomorrow they don't do it, I get upset. I had so much trust, but that's nothing to do with them, because if there are 5 kids, all 5 will do it according to their own capacity, right? So it doesn't mean that I don't trust one, or I don't say that you did not do it, or I get that one is doing and this one is not doing. So I still give, I at that time when they are making a mistake, love is needed. Because think about the times when we were scolded or we were told not to do a certain thing. What changed us the most when someone was there, like a friend or somebody, and said, it's okay, it happens, next time don't do it. We changed at that time. So it is actually the power of love that changes. But yes, when in love, then we have to be careful that we do not say yes to them for everything. Just like I was giving the example of mouth, right? Now we take care, but then mouth says, okay, today is this one's birthday, I can have cake, I can, and then those are the moments we slip. And similar way with kids also, if they say, okay, today we can, no, today is this, and then when that love crosses that line, there are no guidelines, we can be okay with them doing, we are not putting any guidelines, we're not putting any discipline there. So at that time when we say something that this is the line and we cannot cross it, this is where you have to, if you go to this, you only have to buy in this limit and you cannot buy a toy every time, or whatever it might be, they will understand, they will. So it has to be reinforced, but has to be reinforced with love. So it is a lot of work that I have to do on my own, so that I'm able to, so even if I'm angry but I don't say it outside, they will still feel it. Kids are very, very innocent and very absorbing. So they will pick it up. Same way, guide our sense organs the same way. And also, I think I did not mention about food, that between vegetarian and non-vegetarian food. So the vegetarian food is spiritually for the mind, that is a good diet. Now, there could be an argument that non-vegetarian food is good for the body, it's protein, and there is data about it. But it might be, but for a healthy mind, a vegetarian diet is good, because with a non-vegetarian diet, all kinds of energy is linked, and most negative energy that is linked with non-vegetarian food is energy of fear, right? How much anxiety is there? So fear is because when the animal is killed, they cannot have a positive emotion because they're being killed. So that energy is transmitted into the food and then within us. Any other questions? Yes.
People who are lifelong vegetarians but still depict qualities of anger.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
People who have non-vegetarian diet,
They're more calm.
they're more
Yes.
calm.
Yes. So, absolutely. Yes. So, it is not that if I'm having a vegetarian diet, I become a saint. It is not like that. It is an aid. If I want to have a peaceful mind, if I experience I do not have it, but I want to have a peaceful mind and I'm working towards it, in that case, a vegetarian diet helps. Now, if somebody has non-vegetarian food and they're calm, maybe they are like that in general overall. And somebody who's a vegetarian, maybe they are not working on themselves, or maybe if they had non-vegetarian food versus did not have non-vegetarian vegetarian food, then you're comparing like a control trial, that what was there before and what is there, because in every person there are too many variables for different people. So if I compare in my own life, like if I say how I was when I was non-vegetarian and how I am when I'm vegetarian, that's a completely good experiment for myself, because it is the same variable, same environment. How do I feel after becoming a vegetarian? I can give you my example. When I was in high school, before that, I was, I didn't realize it because at that time I did not have any wisdom or any of those spiritual things in my life. But I used to be very, very angry. Even little things would make me angry. And then when I became a vegetarian, so it is not that I did not get angry after that, but I saw in my life over the years, I would not go and have a conflict or have a like a fight face to face with others. So it did change over the years. I cannot say overnight that because I look back in my life, I was not even working on myself to become better or anything like that. So it has to be tried on. If I try it on myself, then I am the control and I am the test. So then I can say. Welcome.
One more question about vegetarian diet versus non-vegetarian diet again. Thinking how I have to make the
Right.
in front of the kids.
Right.
So my son, for example, is more into the non-vegetarian diet.
Mm-hmm.
I've had this kind of discussion with him multiple times,
Mm-hmm.
and this obviously there's a scientific angle to it. Like
Mm-hmm.
plants also have life.
Right.
So
Right.
whenever I make an argument like this, oh, the emotions
Mm-hmm.
is the animal being killed and what we eat.
Animals have a very strong emotion, we can see. Even if we have a pet, they have a very strong, almost like certain animals, even the intellect is also very, I would say, very developed. So definitely cannot compare plants to animals, but definitely animals have a lot of, even if there is a dog at home, has a lot of emotion. One cannot even think of having that. So the animals that are there, so it's not an argument that we put for kids. We put it for ourselves first. What do we believe in? If we believe in it and we follow, it will automatically flow, because then we don't have to convince them to believe something else. It will because it is a part of my life, I believe in it, so it automatically radiates. So I would have to see how it applies to me first. Yeah. And then I can be the inspiration for the kids, because they have to, I think the realization has to come from within for that. Anything else? Mm-hmm.
But then, so I put on some bhajan or
Mm-hmm.
whatever I like.
Mm-hmm.
But while cooking, my mind gets lost.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and
Right. 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 Right.
bhajan is playing. Some parts of the bhajan goes into my ear.
Mm-hmm.
But then there are times when I just get lost in my own thought of okay, this still needs to be done. Or maybe something in the past, or maybe something that needs to be done in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And then again, when I'm aware, oh, I have to like bring
Yes.
back my mind. Whenever that it happens naturally,
Uh-huh.
I start listening to the bhajan that this is what I'm supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
But then this all
Stanley,
Yeah, I will repeat the question. So, what the sister is asking is, when she cooks, she knows that she'll play like a bhajan or some song for God, and then she'll play it. But while cooking, she will forget all about it, and she will be in different kind of thoughts, maybe about the past or the future. And this is a very practical question coming from that she tried to apply it, and then this is something that comes when we try to apply it. So in that case, what we can do is, so it is a lack of single tasking, right? We are not able to do while we are cooking. So we can have some sort of spiritual talk playing instead of a song, maybe a mix of song or a spiritual, because a spiritual talk will keep the mind engrossed in it. It's a very elevated talk. So then, because if it's a song and it's playing the same line over and over again, of course I will tend to get lost. But if it is something that keeps my mind and intellect engaged in that thought, just like a spiritual talk, or a song that changes the line, meaning the lines are very elevated or something like that, then, and I'm cooking with love, that I am cooking with putting that emotion, then it will decrease that probability. And then also food being offered to God before giving it to family. So when immediately when that emotion comes that I have to offer it to God, automatically I'll have more attention. No, I cannot have. I'm offering it to God. Like, I'm not offering it to any human being. So then automatically there will be more attention while you cook. You can see immediately with that thought, all everything, your emotions will become like 5 times more like positive. Mm. Yes. Any other question on Zoom? Okay. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm. 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 Mhm. So instead of fear, just use the opposite emotion. So then try to mix it, find out a way. You have to find a middle way. Definitely, fear will not be a very good, but yes, definitely you have to put certain, so not a fear that, okay, if you do this, then only you are able to get the second step or whatever his positive reinforcement is, that, if he wants to do something, if he wants to go play, then you can say, if you finish this, then you can go play. So that's still a positive, not a fear, at least. And then, or you can say, when you take this, you will become stronger, you'll become, the same that you have in your mind. Yeah. Mm. Okay. Thank you. Om Shanti.
ओम शांति नेहा बहन